Hello, my little munchkins, crones, and sunflowers. How are you? Well, I hope everything with you is copacetic, and I hope you had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. With that being said, with no further ado, let's just get into it. This is Chit Chat with the Crones. This is what's been going on over the weekend. Baby Crone, you want to start it?
Yes. Baby Crone is heartbroken to announce this kind of news. DDG allegedly has cheated on Holly with his ex-girlfriend, Ruby Rose.
With his ex-girlfriend, friend of Ruby Rose. In other words, Ruby Rose, not Ruby Rose, but Ruby Rose's best friend.
Gotcha.
That they went to Paris with and had something. People said they saw them. I don't know what it is. Like I said, allegedly, everything we say is allegedly.
Yes.
We tell you how we get it too. Third hand, second hand, it's just getting to it, but you get an idea that there is trouble in paradise with them. Holly is her name.
Yes.
Holly and DDG. Apparently, she's packing up and leaving his house. She had enough. And you know what I don't understand? Why does this happen after you have a child?
I don't know.
You went through this before you was why break up when you have a child? And I don't understand, Didi. Why?
Why, DDG?
Why? She was the best of your love. Why? I don't understand it. I don't.
He wasn't thinking. He just
he's thinking, but it doesn't make sense. Why would you give her up? Why?
No words.
Next.
Yes. Next is apparently Kanye is in the news for being into nitrous oxide, which is apparently also known as laughing gas. Apparently he had this dentist move into the same complex or near him so that way he can get that laughing gas.
That's allegedly.
Allegedly.
I don't like that. No.
Okay. That's
see, we do things different, thank you. Because there are some things I say, and then there are some things I'm not going to say. I will not, I tell her this all the time. I don't like getting into that. If I'm not 100%, then I don't say it.
Okay, fair enough. That's just the rumor on the street.
Then you got to make that. I don't know about a doctor moving in, and what were you saying? A doctor moved in?
Yes.
I don't know about that. So where did you hear this?
I think it could have been on
So you're not sure?
I can't remember.
See what I mean?
I definitely know I heard it from one person.
Well, she doesn't even know where she got a source. That's why I don't like doing it. But what we do know is that allegedly, is that there is something, and people are concerned about him. And if it's laughing gas, I don't know how it works because it's supposed to put you to sleep.
Yes, it is.
But apparently, I guess they give them enough, or you take enough of it to make you get this euphoric high.
Yes. It only lasts 1 to 5 minutes.
1 to 5 minutes. So you take this hit, and I guess for 5 minutes or so, you're in bliss. And it helps you to sleep or whatever. I guess it's like a popper. Back in the day, I never did it. I don't know. They used to have these things and they used to go, I don't know. I seen them in movies. I don't know. I know them when they called them poppers, but I don't know what they are. They were in a brown jar or something and they pop it. And maybe it wasn't a jar, I don't know, but they pop it and they snip it up their nose and they're supposed to have this euphoric. I don't know. That's what I seen in the movies. So. And I know that they were calling them poppers, and I know back in the day they used to have Quaaludes and stuff like that. I don't know. I know back in the day they had LSD, they had speed, window pane. I don't know about all these drugs, but I do know that that's all this nitro, what is it?
Nitrous oxide.
I don't know where he's getting it from. I mean, he could have gotten it from his dentist. Is it any harmful? Yes, it's harmful and a long-term effect. In other words, it could cause some kind of brain dysfunction. But the way that they were saying it, it's like it could happen. But they say it's not addictive. but anything that have you going back is addictive.
That's true.
You understand?
Mhm.
And there could be dangers of getting hooked on it. I guess it depends on your DNA, how it is. It can mess with your nervous system.
Mhm.
It could mess with your, what else?
Brain function.
Brain function,
Yes.
any kind of drug.
With
Even
how muscles work.
even with
paralyzed.
marijuana, it can mess with your forgetfulness, So, but that's what it is. But it's, from what I understand, it's not alarming, but it's alarming.
Yes.
Because they thinking that he has gotten some kind of brain damage because he has been doing it for so long. So I had baby Crone to look up AI
Yes.
to find out how long would it take or what is it. And go ahead, baby Crone, what did the AI say?
Yes, it did say that, like we said earlier, that the high will only last for 1 to 5 minutes. And it said a prolonged use can be anywhere between a few days to several months, depending on the tolerance of the person's body, I assume.
But they didn't say a year. So from what I gathered, he's been on this for years, right? Or a few years, or he wasn't on it, just started yesterday.
Right.
It's just starting to get out there because his manager or somebody he worked with fired someone, and they started leaking things and talking like, what do we care? But they're saying that it gave him some kind of brain damage. So if he does have brain damage, then he was doing it for a long time. He's been doing it more than 6 months, because it's like 3 to 6 months before you start really seeing side effects from it,
Yeah, that's true.
So, but it doesn't necessarily mean that could happen to him. Everybody is different.
Mhm.
So that's all we have to say about that.
Yeah,
Who is
honestly.
next?
Yes, who's also next on, well, I'm not going to say he's on drugs, but he was caught with drugs, is Nelly with ecstasy, which, like I said, is also not addictive like nitrous oxide, but they both still are on something. Hallucinogenic for your
His is
feelings.
hallucinogenic. And it's not supposed to be, what is he on, ecstasy? And from what I understand, it is not addictive, but this is another drug that can cause side effects or could cause bad reactions or overextended use. But this is a hallucinogenic drug that he's on, and but it's nothing what they would call addictive. So I guess for both of them, for Kanye and for Nelly, I'm relieved to know that.
Yes.
But like anything, maybe the drug won't hurt you, but maybe it could cause you to hurt yourself in some way. I don't know. But and as far as Nelly, I've been hearing something about his ex-girlfriend feeling duped about how he got married, and she's feeling bamboozled, and Nelly and Ashante supposed to be having a show coming out, and so it's a whole lot of messy mess going on, and I don't know the ins and outs. I'm just telling you, like, girl, that's what I heard.
Yes.
Like I said, I am not the one that go digging and scratching, getting my little nails dirty with no information. I give you what I give. I do a little bit of research, and that is it true? And that's what I come with. But outside of that, I really don't go getting deep and going to get court records, going to get into their file, going back to, I just know, because I wouldn't want nobody doing that to me.
Yes.
So I don't do that. But whatever the news is, whatever I can give you, I'll give you. If I can pull up something on the internet and it's in the news, that is what we give. And hopefully we get it to you before other people get it to you. And sometimes we just late. But nevertheless, this is what's going on in pop culture.
Yes.
And last.
Yes. The family that keeps on giving. The Braxtons. Apparently, to say it the way it is in reality, Tamar has came out on social media and is going through something because she said that her husband and her kids have gotten her through. And last time we heard, Tamar was engaged to JR, so it's like
They have been married for about 7 weeks,
yes.
and they're going through a divorce but clearly, from what word on the curve is that Tamar want to save her marriage. She doesn't want to let it go. A, B, it seems like JR want to be a part of the show, like he want to be a part of the business, but the sisters don't want him to be a part of the business. And it just seems like that JR is, what do you call it? An interloper. He's a person that is trying to come in and interlope and be a part of something.
Mm-hmm.
What do you call people like that try to use people to get up on their feet? Not up on their feet, but become whatever. Not a user. It's a name for it.
It is a name for it.
I can't think of it, but I'm just going to say right now, he's was being an interloper, and the family was like, no, we don't want you in our business. No family members involved. Not even Trina's husband. I think you could be involved with Trina's show, but not with the Braxton show. And I think it should be that way. And I think right now that they're filing for divorce. Did they get one for no fault? Like, we just want to get a divorce. Mm-hmm. But it just seems to me that Tamar let a note out, and she was saying how she was very sad and how she's blackballing her family. And Tamar, you shouldn't do that.
No,
you need to get off. I just talked to her.
Just came back.
They talked, and she's 40-something years old. How old is she?
I'm not sure, but she always just come to social media.
Is she 47, 48? How old is she? Just too old. Why you blackball your family? Keep it up. Y'all got enough. Enough.
Yes, 47.
Jesus, you almost 50, girl. Stop. Mm-hmm. Girl. And why you blackballing your family? No matter what, y'all there for each other.
Yes.
I just don't get that.
She's the friend of the show.
She's problematic. She's always problematic. I said that about Tamar. I like you, Tamar. I really do. But you are problematic. And a lot of times, everybody want to dog out JR, and everybody want to say the worst about JR. And I don't know JR, and I don't know Tamar. I only know what they show me. And what I know, Tamar is problematic, and you can't tell me. I know from now, I know 3 men, Vince, the other guy, and this. And Tamar done had trouble with all 3 men. When do we begin to say that maybe Tamar is the problem?
You are right on that one.
When do we get to say that? When do we get to say that Tamar is problematic? Why it's always got to be the guy? Mm-hmm. It was the guy before. It was Vince. It was the other guy, the African guy. Now when is it ever going to be Tamar?
Yeah.
This is another marriage that she lied about.
Yes.
For whatever reason, it must come out on the show that she's finally admitting that she's married. They've been married for 7 weeks.
Yes.
You want your marriage, but you filed for divorce. Did you file for divorce? Did you out? I don't know. I'm going to read on her. But outside of that, Tamar is problematic. And I don't know anything about that guy. Mm-hmm. But when are you going to look at Tamar?
Yeah.
And so she sends a cryptic letter out. I wish you could find it. You could have read it. And she sends this cryptic letter out, and talking about how very sad she is. And it seems like she's got that spirit of deleting on her again.
Oh, geez.
That's how it seemed when I heard it read. And I don't want that. So she's definitely putting herself back in therapy. And when are you going to stop blaming your family for your woes? You're a 47-year-old woman. Your family can't be responsible for you. That's what I'm saying. It's just enough. Enough already. She's problematic. Everybody's a problem but Tamar.
Yes,
And
exactly.
Tamar Martians look at everybody as a problem. JR's the problem, everybody's a problem. Until you all start accepting Tamar is Tamar's worst enemy.
She is.
First of all, she talked too much. She put too much of her business out in the street.
She do.
Go get help and be quiet. You don't have to go and say, I'm so depressed. I need to get, just do it. Just do it. She got issues. Always had issues. That's how I see her. And but I definitely want to do a reading on her because she's so problematic. Her and JR. She loves JR.
Yeah. Honestly, all this leaves me with is what is going on with the Braxton sisters. Because first you just did a reading on Tony. Now you do.
But only relating to the show.
Yes, that is true.
I haven't read on anyone outside of that.
No, you haven't.
Now, like I said, when I read on it, I still think Tony still struggles with that survivor's remorse. I still do. But she could be getting better now because the show is over. The show done, and all of a sudden, whatever's going on, it done stirred up because you see Tamar back in the news.
Yes.
Again. And probably be for the reason why they get deleted again and can't come on. Why don't she just stay off the show? She said she was going to be just a visitor. Now you bet. Why?
Yes.
She's a producer. Why? Why? Outside, you need the money.
Yeah.
The show is over now. You out there bitching and moaning and groaning.
Exactly.
Just be quiet. Just please. That's how I feel about her. She's exhausting in my mind. Whew, go on outside going out through that door. She just go bye. She is exhausting. I like her, but she brings too much of her business out in the public, and she really needs to relax and chill with that. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
And that's all we got with the news. That's it. I went on about my tangent because I do like Tamar. I really do like her. But she's just so problematic. And everybody always find a reason to, it's this guy. It's this. It's that. It's her sister. When is it ever going to be Tamar? That's all I'm saying.
Exactly.
Sometimes we just got to start looking at ourselves.
Take some accountability.
Yes. And sometimes it don't even have nothing to do with them. They just byproducts. Of the real problem with Tamar.
Yes.
And with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this recap. We'll be back again. We just keep you up on the news and give you out commentary. And like I said, I do not want you to think I don't like Tamar. I really do like Tamar. I really do. But she is problematic. And I see that. And I'm just not going to cover that. I see what I see. Yes. And when I do a reading, I want to read on how does she really feel about her ex-husband? Or are they married? Or are they divorced? Are they divorced? Are they not? And why would she keep it a secret?
Exactly.
It must have mean the reason why it's coming off is because you could just go ahead on and drink on the camera for all that. For all that, it just seemed like something is going to come off where it's going to come out in the show that she's married, because now she's telling us she's married and she's trying to save her marriage. Or did she get a divorce because it was unsavable? And it couldn't have been that it didn't work because they're saying, no, your husband, even though he's a lawyer, he can't have nothing to do with the family business. And maybe he just seemed like he's using people to get a come up. I don't know, that's not the word.
I know, but you're getting a little bit closer. That's
you know how you're using somebody to come up? He's using for a come up.
Culture vulture.
No, not a culture vulture, but somebody, people have accused him of that. I don't think so. I just definitely thinking that he's trying to he's already in Hollywood, and he is, Tamar, so, you're about as famous as you're going to get. Yes. Use that, work with it. Go get another famous woman or whatever. I don't know what her husband or ex-husband is, but from what I understand, it has stressed her, and she is really not really wanting to let JR go, which I understand.
Yes.
And if you don't, you shouldn't. Fight for your marriage if that's what you
Yeah.
want. I really mean that.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe you'll find some peace. But these alpha females are always going to have problems.
Yes, but now it makes a little bit more sense now why we see them breaking up, getting back together in the media. It seems like we see it now that she's the one that's fighting for the relationship.
Right. And with that being said, we hope that you watched us. If you got this far, thumb us up.
Yes.
If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and thumb us up. And if you want to leave a comment, or you got some news that you want to share, or something you think that we ought to know, hey, hook us up. We're always ready. You know we appreciate you. You know we do. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. And we want to thank you for joining us and sticking here with us. We so appreciate it. Don't we, baby?
Yes, we do.
And you know we love you, right?
Yes. Sunflowers!